There's a psalm, hidden right in the middle of the Bible. A psalm that doesn't talk about war, or repentance. But about something much quieter, and far more powerful. Most people read right past it without noticing. They read it, and move on. But those who truly understand its words rarely stay the same. It's Psalm 112. A passage that speaks of light in the darkness. Of strength when everything falls apart. And of a kind of prosperity that doesn't depend on luck or effort. But on something only those who truly trust can understand. Strange, isn't it? How can such a short psalm carry such deep promises? And yet be so easily forgotten? Maybe, because it wasn't written for those seeking a blessing. But for those who already live as if they have one. And that's where the secret lies. But before I reveal what makes this prayer so different from all the others, I need to show you why it's been overlooked. And how it can completely change the way you pray from this day forward. Because Psalm 112 isn't just a prayer. It's a spiritual declaration. And those who understand that begin to see blessings appear. In ways no one can explain. Have you ever noticed how some people seem to walk through life's storms without losing their balance? It's not that they don't feel fear. It's that there's something in them. A calm that logic can't explain, a trust the world can't shake. That's exactly the kind of strength Psalm 112 describes. But here's the part almost no one notices. This psalm wasn't meant to be read, it was meant to be lived. It speaks of a spiritual posture. Of a faith that doesn't wait for a miracle before believing. And that's where most people go wrong. Many pray asking for light. But keep living as if they're still in the dark. Psalm 112 is the opposite of that. It's the voice of someone who already sees themselves as blessed. Even before any sign appears. And that's why it's forgotten. Because it demands a kind of faith that's unsettling. A faith that doesn't depend on what you see, but on what you know deep within your heart. When you grasp that, you realize Psalm 112 isn't a prayer to ask for something. It's an affirmation of someone who already has it. But here's what's even more fascinating. This psalm was written with a hidden purpose. And only those who recognize its design understand why it draws blessings without ever asking. And if you want to attract those blessings into your own life, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on the notifications, so you won't miss any message of faith I share here. Psalm 112 is short. So short that most read it as just another encouraging passage. But that's exactly where the mistake lies. Behind every simple phrase, there's a spiritual pattern designed to shape the heart of the believer. It wasn't written in a moment of joy, as many assume. It was born from the need to remember that true faith isn't proven in easy days, but in silent ones. It's the kind of text you don't read with your eyes. You read it with your spirit. When the psalmist speaks of light in the darkness, he's not describing an outer miracle. He's describing a transformation that begins within. That's the difference between those who merely pray and those who live what they pray. Psalm 112 isn't a plea. It's an identity. A reminder of who you are, even when the world tries to tell you otherwise. And here's something few people realize. This psalm is directly connected to another passage that comes right before it. And together, they reveal the reason for such unshakable faith. But before I show you that connection, I want you to listen to Psalm 112 slowly. As if it were the first time. Because from now on, every word will carry a different weight. Most people read Psalm 112 and move on, thinking it's just another beautiful passage about faith. But there's something hidden there. Something that completely changes how you understand the word blessing. It's as if God left a code. A kind of spiritual map. For those willing to look beyond the surface. Because this psalm doesn't speak of future promises. It speaks of a present reality. It describes the kind of person who attracts divine favor. Not because they ask for it, but because they live in a way heaven recognizes. And here's the detail most people miss. Psalm 112 wasn't written for those who want to be blessed, but for those who've already decided they are. Sounds simple, right? But that's where the real conflict lies. Because living that kind of faith means walking against everything the world teaches. The world says, believe it when you see it. Psalm 112 replies, see it, because you believed. And that's where many stumble. While some wait for a sign, others live as if the sign has already come. To understand how that's possible, you need to hear every word of this psalm carefully. Not as an ancient text, but as if God Himself were speaking directly to you. Before we continue, I want to ask you to do something simple, but essential. Take a deep breath. Silence everything around you. Forget the clock, the noise, the worries. Because what comes next isn't just a text. It's a spiritual seed. And if you listen closely, that seed will begin to grow inside you. Psalm 112 was meant to be heard with the heart. It doesn't shout. It doesn't beg. It simply declares what happens to those who choose to trust. And that's where many stop listening. Because they expect something grand. When in truth, the power is in the simplicity. Every word in this psalm carries a hidden promise. A truth only the Spirit can understand. So now, listen to Psalm 112. And let each verse speak directly to your faith. Praise the Lord. Blessed is the man who fears the Lord, who finds great delight in His commands. His descendants will be mighty in the land. The generation of the upright will be blessed. Wealth and riches are in his house, and his righteousness endures forever. Even in darkness, light dawns for the upright. For those who are gracious and compassionate and righteous. Good will come to those who are generous and lend freely, who conduct their affairs with justice. Surely the righteous will never be shaken. They will be remembered forever. They will have no fear of bad news. Their hearts are steadfast, trusting in the Lord. Their hearts are secure, they will have no fear. In the end they will look in triumph on their foes. They have freely scattered their gifts to the poor. Their righteousness endures forever. Their horn will be lifted high in honor. The wicked will see and be vexed. They will gnash their teeth and waste away. The longings of the wicked will come to nothing. That is Psalm 112. A forgotten prayer. That has never stopped working. Did you notice what just happened? No pleading. No begging. No requests. Only declarations. Words that don't ask, they affirm. Psalm 112 doesn't speak of someone searching for light. It speaks of someone who is light in the midst of darkness. While many spend their strength trying to change what's outside, this psalm reveals a secret that works from within. It transforms the soul before it transforms the life. You felt that difference, didn't you? It's as if every word echoed inside you. Soft yet firm. Reminding you of who you've always been, but forgot. And maybe that's why this psalm brings unexpected blessings. Because it doesn't awaken what you don't have. It awakens what you've always carried. But there's something even deeper. Something few people notice. There's a specific reason why Psalm 112 stands apart from all the others. And that's the reason. It works when other prayers seem to fail. And that's what you're about to understand next. Maybe now you've noticed something. Psalm 112 doesn't promise blessings, it describes them. It speaks as someone who's already seen them. Already tasted them. Already understood that true faith isn't about asking God for something. It's about living in a way He can't help but respond. That's why this psalm is different. Because it doesn't try to persuade heaven. It aligns with it. Each verse is like a frequency. When you speak these words aloud, you change the vibration of your spirit, and begin to attract what the psalmist called light in the darkness. But here's the part few ever see. That light doesn't come from outside. It starts within. In the heart of the one who chooses to trust. Even when the world falls apart. And when that trust becomes a lifestyle, everything changes. Closed doors begin to open. The right people begin to appear. And what once seemed like delay reveals itself as preparation. But there's a key point. A single truth that turns Psalm 112 from an inspiring text into a real spiritual key. And that's exactly what most people overlook. Only those who see this detail understand why the blessings of this psalm show up in such unexpected ways. I'll show you what that point is. But first, there's something you need to do. Now that you've heard Psalm 112, I want to invite you to do something different. Don't read it as someone searching for answers. Read it as someone who's already found them. Because the power of this psalm isn't just in the words. It's in how you speak them. When you declare these phrases out loud, something shifts in the atmosphere around you and within you. So for a moment, do something different. Take Psalm 112 and pray it. Not as someone begging, but as someone confirming what's already true. Say, "My heart is steadfast." Say, "I will not fear bad news." Say, "My house is blessed." And watch what happens. You'll notice peace start filling spaces that used to hold fear. Hope rising where there once was none. And right there, that's where blessings begin to appear. Not because you asked for them, but because you aligned yourself with the truth Psalm 112 carries. Remember the point I promised you? The detail that turns this psalm into a spiritual key. It's hidden in the way the text ends. And the meaning behind its final words reveals why the blessings of the righteous always come in unexpected ways. And that is what I want to share with you now. It's in the ending. The wicked will see it and be vexed. They will gnash their teeth and waste away. The desires of the wicked will perish. Many read that verse without understanding. But it's the verse that completes the entire cycle of the psalm. Because it shows that the righteous don't need to fight against evil. They simply remain firm. And evil dissolves in the presence of light. That's the real secret of Psalm 112. It's not about defeating your enemies. It's about defeating the fear that they exist. When your heart is steady, nothing outside has the power to move you. That's why this psalm is a forgotten prayer. That brings unexpected blessings. Because it doesn't teach you how to ask. It teaches you how to remain. And those who remain see the impossible happen effortlessly. So if this psalm spoke to you, if something inside you awakened, it's because the Spirit still uses ancient words to create new promises. That's why I invite you to continue this journey with me. Subscribe to the channel, turn on the notifications, and share this video with someone who needs to be reminded that there's light, even when everything feels dark. In the next videos, we'll uncover more forgotten passages from the Bible. Ancient prayers that continue to transform lives today. Because sometimes, the blessing you're searching for is hidden in the words you stopped reading. Take care, God bless you. And I'll see you in the next video.